Hey, it's the odd man. I am here in the garage and I'm working on hand planes, woodworking hand planes. Currently, I have all of the sharpening stuff out, the stone for doing hollow grinding stuff, which I inherited from my dad. Um, the diamond stone, my old Boy Scout stone, which is super fine. It's as fine a stone as a guy has. This stone that needs some work because it's quite grooved, gouged. The little guide for setting the sharpening guide. And I had all these out to work on the hand planes because I'm thinking about a project that might need that. It's been more than 20 years since my dad passed. And when he passed, I inherited virtually all of his tools, including these three hand planes. There's this small low angle block plane, which I think is a Stanley. There's this plane, which I don't really know what brand it is, but it's clearly a number 3 or a number 4. And then there's this, which is a Bailey Stanley number 5. In the last 20 years, really the only one I've really used is this Stanley block plane. It's really a nice plane, and it's done everything I've asked of it. This is one I owned. I bought like 40 years ago, and it's a piece of junk, so I'm going to get rid of that. This one I have sharpened, and you can see it's got the side-to-side swivel part and the depth adjustment. It's really a pretty good plane. I've got it quite sharp and working well, so I'll keep it and use it. This number 5, the adjuster for depth broke because it was rusted solidly closed. Sort of honoring my dad's memory of this, because this isn't usable and I refuse to live with a tool that doesn't work. I bought the exact same plane, brand new. So you can see they're the same size. Bailey. Both are number 5. They are virtually identical. The new one, has plastic handles. And this one says made in the USA. This one says made in Mexico. I was going to just chuck one and keep the other, but I think I'll try to combine the older parts with the newer plane. That blade looks like a direct replacement, so I'll keep this blade as a spare. The innards and the attachments certainly look the same. Coarse threads, fine threads, so that one won't work. Oddly, they're not quite sharpened the same. See, this one has the primary bevel and a secondary bevel. This one just has the straight initial bevel, and it says 25-degree angle, which is the same as I have the flat, the main part of that one. So I'm channeling my dad in spirit, if not in fact. Okay, well, these handles didn't fit exactly, but they're wood. So let's see if we can make them fit the new plane. See if we can strip these down, refinish them, repair the broken spot on that one. I'm gonna have to see if I can get that little sleeve out of there so that I can drill that a little deeper. There we go. Very nice. Oops. I want to test fit that and be sure I have the depth right. But I'm afraid if I stick it in there, I'm not going to be able to get it back out if it's wrong. I guess I'll have to try to measure it. Needs to go about that much deeper. Ah, 7/16. Okay. That should give you enough threads and so forth, don't you think? Okay, I got the big tools out. To do this. Now I need to epoxy it in place. Then I'll cut it off and sand it down. So there you have it. The new Stanley Bailey 05 with vintage handles. Came with a manual. That's kind of interesting. I've never seen the manual for a plane before. This is the Odd Man, out.